Good morning, guys. So I'm out for my century this month. I was only able to do one century last month, which, I mean, 1 century a month is fine, at least doing 1 century ride. I did a lot of altitude rides. I was doing 2,000 feet climbs before work or after work, so I like that fact. But I do like to get my century ride in at least once or twice a month, so that's what I'm doing today with these big old tires and this setup. So the reason I was delayed is because I was messing around. I was trying, that's an 1134, and I was trying to pair a bigger cassette. I went up to 1142, couldn't make it work. Tried a different derailleur. I even tried off-label use of the 12-speed GRX derailleur. I tried different road link, goat links to put there. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to switch that. That's a 4830 White Industry crankset and chainring combo, and White Industry makes it really easy to switch to any size you want. So I'm going to do a 4426, which 26 is going to give me a real low gear, even if I stick with that 34. But I'm also going to try to do an 1136 and 1138, see if I could find a happy medium there, and I think with the lower cassette. And I was thinking of it like this, you guys, and you got to understand, I'm coming into gravel from a mountain biker's perspective. I don't think of gravel from a road biker's perspective. I'm not looking to keep a speed at 28 miles an hour or anything like that. So I was even thinking with what I have with this 48 I have on here right now, there's only a few occasions where I'm at a 4811. I don't pedal too much in the downhills, very rarely. Like right now I'm going downhill. Let me put all the way into the 4811. And even with there, I'm wasting my energy trying to pedal in that gear because the gravity is just taking me down, and that's just how it is where I live. There's not a lot of opportunity to pedal on flats. You're either going uphill or you're going downhill and just braking. So that's part of the reason. The other reason is I like big tires. I do have a couple wheel sets with 700 by 38. Well, I have tires that are 738, and I even have some 700 by 36. And yeah, those tires are nice because they're low resistance and keeping a higher speed is easier. But again, depending on where you're riding. Now, when I do my centuries, I do have a long flat section where it's only 2 or 3% grade, 4% grade for the most part, and it undulates, you know, a little bit of a decline at 1 or 2% and a little bit of an incline at 1 or 2% for a long stretch, for probably about 20-25 miles. And keeping a fast cadence on there, I could do that. It's doable, but it's also, you got the wind factor too. If I am going against a headwind, it's a little bit tougher, so I don't even use the bigger gears because I'm fighting wind. And I used to do that beach ride on my mountain bike with slick tires. And so here we go. This is just, I don't even consider this a real gravel, but this is just something for fun, just to show you what some gravelly sections look like mid-route for me. And there's different options I can have for coming back up to the foothills or going into the foothills with gravel. And you can see this stuff could take any size tire. I've got these huge 45s, but you know, 38s are fine for this stuff. You're not dealing with too much sand or too much chunk, and it's pretty mellow. But back to the chain rings. How much chain ring are you needing for this stuff? Are you really using the bigger gears for long periods of time? And I don't think so. So that's why I'm trying to go lower and lower on my chain rings, and or higher, bigger and bigger on my cassettes. I kind of got started on that with my 1x on my other gravel, and I'm thinking that that would be a great way to go on this one. So that's what I'm thinking here. Thank you. And this makes it nice. I like being off the roads. I've never been a roadie, and I don't think I'll ever really like road riding, just for the fact I don't like traffic. If I lived in an area where there wasn't so much cars, it would be nice. But even when I travel and I ride my commuter bike, if you will, in the Philippines, I hate the fact when I'm on the road and it's busy. I try to get out there literally at 5 in the morning, 4:30 in the morning sometimes, right when it's getting light, so there's less traffic. But anyway, so back to the chain rings. If right now I'm pedaling in my big ring, but I've got it not all the way into the 11 in the back, I've got the 14, and you know, I'm pedaling on a decline, you guys. That's, I guess it's keeping my momentum in a little bit, but if I don't pedal, I'm still going to keep going. And I think we forget that how much do you really need that upper end, unless you're riding in crits and on a road bike and really riding for a workout and pushing bigger gears to push those watts. And I have my power meter. I try to keep the watts up, but for me, having a high watt output is like, for a sustained period of time, is keeping it over 180, and I'm lucky to do that. I'm probably keeping it over 150. It would be hard to do for me for 20 minutes or 30 minutes. So I guess what I'm saying is I'm weak. I'll admit it. Road biking, or I mean gravel biking and riding long distance, came in the second half of my life. The first part of my life literally was mostly weightlifting and mountain biking, obviously. And I'm a big guy for my height. I'm short, not a big guy like tall. I'm only 5'7" on a good day. I'm probably 5'6" now that I probably shrank from my spine compressing. But I'm 5'6", and I'm only 158 pounds, which is not only for that height, that's actually a lot of weight, I think. So it's a couple things. It's a lot of weight for that height, and it's not a cyclist build, if you will. A cyclist is 160 pounds and 5'10" or 5'11". If he's 6 foot tall, he's maybe 165 pounds. That just, if you look at the guys that are riding road bikes, that's just how they are. They're all legs. And I have big legs, but I think my legs developed mainly because I used to squat heavy and really like doing my leg workouts. I've always loved leg day is my favorite day when I go to the gym. So anyway, I'm gonna keep riding. It says it's got my estimated distance of 154 per this calculator, which is nice. Means I should be able to do the Century pretty good. It shows on my watch. Let's look at my I'll show you guys this real quick. My sleep score was 79, which was decent. I got 7 hours and 30 minutes of sleep, and it said fair duration. I don't know. I think 7 hours and 30 minutes is a good sleep myself. So I really monitor that stuff. I make sure I get a good night's sleep before I do a long, well, I try to get a good night's sleep every night, but I think about that stuff. I don't drink too much alcohol. You guys know I drink beer, but my beer drinking is literally one beer. I choose a nice craft beer. I drink that beer, enjoy that one beer, and then I'm done. That's how I've come to enjoy the taste of beer, but I don't want to have the effects of heavy alcohol, and beer is a little bit lower percentage. I used to think it was healthy to drink wine, and I was drinking wine, but wine is high alcohol, and I don't think it's as healthy as people make it out to be, and I like the taste of beer better anyway. So I'll talk to you guys later. Enough about that. I'm rambling. Talk to you later.